Okay, we've been pushed down to P13. Right, that's us pushed down into P15. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. We've dropped to P15. Understood. Stopping this lap. We're 14th in the speed trap, 320. Right, that's us pushed down into P15. We're seeing major front wing damage. Box, box, box. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay, not the best placement there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts. Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Okay, clear. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us, 6.6 seconds. We're low on fuel, let's conserve what we have left. Start using the car's drag to slow you down ahead of the braking points by just lifting off the throttle briefly before you start to actively brake. That'll help. Seeing a lot of tyre deg now. We've got a new strategy if you want to take a look at it. Understood, copy that. Okay, be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage.
Oh my god, I've been mute this whole time. Hello, welcome to unofficial EXFL commentary. You are here with BWT. Are we good? Okay. Now, welcome to official. As Navek gets a 3-second penalty. As Adam has a bit of a snap exiting the final corner. As he's now right up the gearbox of the McLaren, the Alpine, obviously promoted from Tier 2 last season. He's got a battery full. It'll be battery full versus not that much heading down the Wellington Straight. Will he be able to conquer up a pass for P11, the first non-points paying position of the Grand Prix? Obviously the two people with penalties fighting here, as Navek's got a good run and Adam just seems to let him pass. Bit of contact into left field. Or was that Brooklands? I don't know, one or the other. And Adam has a bit of a half spin on the exit. That lets Fnatic get through in his second Tier 1 race, I think. Oh no, probably not important data. As yeah, you can see in the track map, 3 little groups just bunched up together. Not many fights for that. I mean, as Chris is getting closer to Danny, Chris and Danny side by side through the penultimate section. Chris went to the outside, gets the inside, he leaves the room, and Chris is up into P4. Joined this season after, well, not having a league anymore. I guess that's the best way you can put it. And he's now up into 4th place against Deputy Championship leader Danny, as Navek is the first one to pit out of the people that are still in the race. It is what it is. Could run through warnings, although there is a spin at the back, and that is Froggy. P10 right now, might fall down to P12 after this congregation, and that promotes Fnatic's point as he has a bit and well, good thing we've got that on stream, I think would be the best thing to say. Oh, and as Jaden takes the lead, as the leaders start pitting, JJ and Red are the first 2 in the pit lane. As €90 equals whatever pound sterling, otherwise known as Logan, is also in the pit lane. Let's just try and see maybe the tyres. So here's the tyre situation. Red and JJ going on to new hards from what I'm assuming was both mediums. Yes, so the first 2 medium runners boxing as Froggy, as Navek half spins out of Stowe. As well, Froggy's in the pit lane. That might be calling it a day for him, or he's carrying on. You never know. Yeah. Lap 10, top 8 still yet to pit. JJ is, well, he was the leader, and now he's the leader on the first pit stops with the hard compound tyre. You might think he's going for a 1-stop, but you never know. With this game, it might as well be a 2-stop. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. As Frankie might go for a move on Danny. Both no battery, but Frankie does have the advantage of DRS. He will have it here. Will Danny be able to catch to be able to get DRS off the 2? No, he won't, because he's in the pit lane. As Jaden pits as well. That gives Chris the lead of the British Grand Prix. Obviously, the Northern Irish native. Could class himself as British, but I'll let him decide that. So, top 2, Danny. Also, they both, so the 2 who are leading both go on to the hard compound tyres. Now Adam gets a 10-second penalty. That will definitely hamper his hopes for a few points there. As changes galore, as people staying out, going to pits. Pit stop phase promotes Fnatic to P3. Guess what you like to see, as there's a yellow flag and Froggy has spun at cops. Has he got wing damage? That is the question. Not from the look of it. And he spun again. And good thing we got that on stream. What is he doing? Oh, well, he's just hit the wall. Oh, well, fantastic. Chris becomes... Well, Froggy becomes the first lap driver of the race, as he is now a minute behind even his nearest competitor, Adam. So he might consider himself down and out, unless, I mean, could be a chance of a safety car. Gaps somewhat separated. Fnatic, probably the one closest to another car, is yet to pit. So our first proper chances. Bloody hell, he's spun again. I think, now don't quote me on this, what if he's trying to crash on purpose? I don't think that's true though, because he might be retiring now. Yeah, he probably is retiring. Is he pulling the trigger? Yeah, so that he becomes the 4th retirement of the race, as now Red is on the back of Fnatic. JJ sets the fastest lap of 1:28.4. As well, there was no contest there. 2 lap-old hards versus 11 lap-old mediums. It was obvious who the winner was going to be. It's like 2026 all over again. As the pair of Jaden and Danny. Jaden now gets past Fnatic, as he also lets Danny by, because, well, clearly he's not in their battle. As this might be a pretty spicy fight for eventually what will end up being P3 and P4. That's if they are able to catch her. I mean, the top 4, well, the net top 4 really, are within just about 5 seconds of each other. So, you know, with 1 lap fresher tyres, well, it's not that much of an advantage, but it could be an advantage to some. Battery checks. Everyone's pretty much got... Chris has probably got a decent battery. Navek's got decent battery, although he is P11 and chasing down a Sam, who, to be fair, he is slowing down. And he's gone wide, and he's just crashed. And good thing we got that on stream, because that's definitely on purpose. Right. Well, safety car, just as the top 2 have passed the pit lane. So, it might have slightly screwed their strategy over, as now, well, the safety car, is it a virtual or is it full? So it is a full. The safety car is currently between P7 and P8. As that is now 11 drivers remaining, so if I stayed, I would have been P12. Currently on track, if for anyone who cares, for the most P11s, or most averaging finishing position being P11, because I've bounced around P10 and P12 quite a lot. As well, safety car, so we can technically go over like warnings and stuff. Fastest lap, expected. Tyre. So yeah. The Alpines both already gone on a 2-stop. The 3 drivers yet to pit are the 2 leaders and P7, as Navek gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Well, it happens. So the top 2 are in. So this safety car, despite them passing the pit lane after it came out, these 2 might be able to come out P1 and P2 here. As no, well, They will, because JJ is in again for a second pit stop. Will he be bolting on a new set of hards, or will he be transferring onto a fresh set of mediums? Did he pick one or the other compound strategy? Will we see? Let's see the tyres here. There's a 3 lap. We only had like 6 lap old thing, and he goes on another set of hards. So the 2-time champion clearly trying to do something elaborative. As well, Chris and Frankie are in a very favourable position. They've got fresh mediums to see out probably around 11 to 12 laps of this race. So they've come out in a very favourable position here after it was Jaden and James who dominated most of the event. Under safety car, we might as well check warnings just to see. Warnings. 1 warning for Chris. 1 warning for Frankie. No, none for Red. 1 for Jaden. That's, yeah, so, yeah. Nothing. Warning. 10-second time penalty, 10-second time penalty, and retirement. Okay. So, well, that was obvious. So, we are, once there was 16, now there is 10. Everyone who's still in the race is guaranteed to score points. Well, Chris has pit again. Did he get wing damage? He was in a favourable position, and he's just sacrificed track position for another set of hards. What? Hang on. No, I'm pretty sure Chris has just thrown away a potential victory for a set of hards. Now, I'm not the smartest, but surely mediums can do 12 laps. Come on. Oh, the whole pack is underneath the safety car now. There was, well, simply put, there was 16, and now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 9 representatives of 10 teams in the top 10, and the safety car is in this lap, and Frankie will lead the restart. Frankie on a set of, well, fresh mediums compared to 5-lap-old hards. Will Red be able to retaliate here? The I believe the 4-time champion will try and pounce on the restart here. He hasn't had the best of luck this season when it came to internet and connection. Will be able to reverse that fate and win on home soil. Well, most of these are home soil. I think like there's 2. As Frankie is underway here for the safety car restart. No wonders of Verstappen, as he does slow down again. Well, obviously because his braking's a moron. But yeah, here we go now for the actual safety car restart, and I don't think anyone was caught napping. No, so into turn 1, I don't think there'll be any fights, although JJ is getting seriously close to the back of Stelios. Will he be able to blend that battery, or he sits back behind. Adam is, well, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just doing this for some laughs. Chris is going around the outside of Adam. Bit of contact, and Adam has a half spin. Not too bad, I presume, but JJ is now side by side, very close to Stelios. He sends it to the inside. Bit of tie locking. Will he give him the room? Will Stelios be able to retaliate into Brooklands? Yes. So JJ is up to P5, and Chris, after starting the restart in P10, is up to P7. Pretty good start for him, as Logan is now behind the gearbox of Fnatic. Will he be able to conjure anything up? Obviously, the two-time podium sitter this season. Will he be able to conjure some up here? Or will the €90 to £77, £74 sterling man won't be able to do anything? Will he settle for his favourite P7? Frankie sets the fastest lap as he's broken a second to Red, is on the buffer line as they're both burning battery. Red's trying to get back into DRS, so now Red will be under huge risk from Jaden here to try and potentially get this P2 here, as I'm trying to look at different gaps, but I think they're all somewhat civil. Logan had a... Oh, his gap closed up, so I just had a look over and being completely honest. This is a... I don't know what... Oh, I knew there was going to be an overtake here at some point. Fnatic down into P9, so one more position before he's dead last here. As Adam is burning battery on the back straight here, down into Cops. Will he be able to potentially... I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not a good commentator. Here we go. Here's a good pull. Jaden on Red. Pulls to the outside of Stowe. He will go around the outside, and that's a slam dunk move for the owner. As Danny is closing up on Red here. That one lap tie difference might be making some sort of play here, as well. There's nothing new to, I mean, guess we can focus on this. Chris behind Stelios, kick versus VCarb. Will he be able to send it down into turn 2? He goes for it, to be fair. The fresher rubber does make a difference, and it's down the inside to down the outside. Stelios does stick it on the inside. They are side by side, but I think now Chris has the move completed down into the Hangar Straight. Wellington Straight. Get it right. Fnatic. I mean, one thing we can probably point out is Frankie, the only one on the medium compound tyre, and right now he's making it good. He's keeping the distance here. He's even increased it from what it was a lap ago to now 1.7. The question is here, will he be able to survive the remaining third of the race, I guess, to potentially bring home the victory to what it may be the first one for him? Would it be first one this season? I don't know. Let me look at the standings. JJ, I guess, is getting close to Dan. 70% battery against 30. Will there be a move here? This is the top 2 in the championship, although it's separated by an absolute country mile, so I don't think the challenge will be here for JJ. He's been on a completely different stratosphere to everyone else this season. So the only question is, can he get past his championship rival and potentially advance to the podium places here? As well, the field is slightly starting to split, I guess. There's still a massive train in the middle. Frankie's out by himself, trying to... Oh, he's keeping the gap stable, though those tyres, I presume, in a few laps' time, will start screaming for mercy. I mean, JJ, he is closing up here, but once again, not much. Chris is even, to be fair, Chris is even gaining more on JJ than JJ was on Dan, so could we see a move here? He thought about it, to be fair, but he goes back onto the racing line. 5 cars in the span of less than 2 seconds, which, you know, probably a good incentive. Yeah, that safety car caused on lap 14 probably is paying out here for Frankie. He was able to jump it. He was in the top 2, and now he's in the lead. That pit stop, and then Chris's strategical error. Well, I'm going to say strategical error because he could have very easily been leading this race. Sees him 2 seconds ahead. He's pulling away, is the Aston Martin. As... This could be a battle here. We've got Chris with a lot of battery, who is chasing a burning JJ, who's also chasing Danny. This could be an interesting fight. This could potentially be for... This 4-way fight could be potentially for the top step, or the second and third step of the podium here. I mean, everyone apart from Jaden really decently managing their battery, which obviously is helping them with potential overtakes. He's eyeing up an... Oh, Chris is going for it. He does lock up though. JJ goes wide, but it was a good send to try and off-put the championship leader here. Is now the faulty exit will now have... That's it, what am I saying? He thinks about it, but doesn't really suck to it. As of the gap, oh, isn't interesting. The gap from first to second has dropped by half a second. You can see a bit of graining on Frankie's front right there, front left even, sorry. But yeah. 5 laps to go after this one. Will he be able to hold on to potentially take... I think it would be his first win of the season. I'm not fully sure though. Probably. I should probably be more educated on what happens really if I want to do more commentary. But who cares? And Adam, really, he is he's slowed down massively. He is, well, as I get my teeth in. I don't think if anything else, like a safety car happens, I think he is nailed on to finish P10, which, to be fair, is a points-paying position. So, you know, a bit of a half spin exiting one of the corners in sector 1, God knows. As, yeah, he's lost about a second in the first sector, so I do think Adam will be P10 set in stone. Obviously, the only driver remaining with a penalty in this race. Yeah, I think his P10 here is dead nailed on. As Jaden's back within a second of Frankie, although P1 has double the battery of P2. I don't think there'll be a threat on this straight, but you might be able to... You might have to be cautious throughout the next coming laps, because well, in the final stages of the race, Jaden can be deadly. Let's just say that. There's nothing else really going on here. I'm trying to look between the telemetry, the timing tower. Everyone's kind of just staying in line. I guess Logan's catching Stelios for what will be his third P7 of the season. Obviously dubbed as the king of P7, obviously. What's happened here? Frankie had a horrible exit and the gap is literally less than half a second now. After what was 2 laps ago. 2 laps, 2 seconds of an advantage. Commentator's curse clearly playing an effect here. As Jaden is now hot on the heels, and this is now a 6-way fight for the podium. For the win even any one of these 6 drivers can win the race here. As I don't think there'll be any moves into anywhere in Sector 2, but be aware into Sector 3 and Stowe, because there could be a lot of moves happening in any of those corners. Will there be anything going for it? Ooh, here we go. This could be a fight for the lead here. Jaden, maybe around the outside. He does get it alongside. Although, will he be able to make it stick into the following corner? And he does. Jaden takes the lead of the British Grand Prix with 2 laps to go. Frankie falls to second. He is immediately on his toe. He's not got DRS. So, he'll try and pull out to defend against Red, who is rapidly approaching. Anyone, I'm telling you this now, anyone can, out of the top 6 can win this race. As, well, it's a tale of commentator's curse, as Chris is very much alongside JJ here. These two, well, they fought for a lot of championships in another league. As Chris gets stuck on the curb there, and still the top 6 separated by just over 2 seconds. Literally, if anyone gets a penalty out of these 6, it is race over. Well, not necessarily race over, but you get the gist. There's well, here we are. The penultimate lap of the British Grand Prix here. There's 2 clear distinct groups and Adam here at Silverstone. You've got the top 6 who have all definitely, well, they've deserved anything here. There's been a range of strategies. JJ throws it around the outside, but he goes deep and into the grass. So maybe a vital error here for the 2-time champion, as he now falls behind a second, although he does have DRS. So now makes it a 5-horse race unless JJ can do anything about it. This means that as a result, well, he's already back in it. Everyone else is trying to be conservative here. JJ is pushing. Obviously, he did box under the safety car to go on another set of hards. So, you know, he's trying to make it last, you know. He's on for a 3rd straight title, so he might as well do whatever he can. As Adam has, oh well, he's spun. I don't think it'll make a major difference, though. Safety cars cannot happen anymore. As Jaden has frankly ran away with it. He took the ball and he ran. He has extended the gap. Frankie, his tyres begging for mercy, especially that front left, as we approach the final lap of this British Grand Prix. Certainly an interesting one, as I may say so myself. Obviously, I raced like 7 laps and then I called it quits because I'm not very good at this game. Will there be any moves here? Frankie, out of DRS, will be at risk to Red, here on this back straight. They've got equal levels of battery. However, those tyres will be begging for the race to stop. Oh, here we go. Chris and Danny side by side. They fought for the lead here in Japan. As Danny goes wide, and it's a 3-second penalty for the Red Bull. Second in the championship. They are side by side into one of them, Luffield Brooklands. One of them, I don't know. They're both similar. As well, that kind of kills Danny's race there. He was in a very comfortable position for the majority of it. And now, can he potentially do anything to Chris on 4-lap older tyres? As Red makes a mistake. What happened to Red? Red's got a puncture. Red's got a front left puncture. That's what happened. So now here's your front three probably. Danny will try and chase Chris. However, I think it might be too little too late. Makes too many mistakes. I don't think DRS is going to be an option here. So, with the final lap of the race, Red's got a puncture. So, will anything be able to happen? Can Logan get another P7 here? Will Stelios be able to catch and make a P6? Will anything happen here? I don't care what happens, but F1 Union, Jaden crosses the line to win the British Grand Prix. As Frankie holds on for second and Chris takes third place after a very honorary gamble. JJ fourth, Danny fifth, Stelios sixth, Logan gets another 7th place, Fnatic 8th, good comeback for him. Red 9 after 17 laps on hards, and then Adam, who I'm presuming is going for fastest lap, in 10th. God, that was a mouthful. Will Adam... Oh, well, I'm presuming not, because he's 2. Oh, well, that's the British Grand Prix. I'm presuming there's going to be post-race penalties and everything, because, let's just say that wasn't the cleanest of races, as they were the home hero for the McLaren team. Wins. And, well, there's everything. I guess, well, biggest climber was Chris, 5 positions gained from 8th. Actually, no, Fnatic, he gained 6. He gained 6, so guess it depends where you look from, how many positions everyone's gained. Oh dear God. Well, here are the results. I don't think. Oh well, no comms. Okay, that was me. That was your impromptu commentator for a race I thought was cool.